Have you ever wondered what makes your blood unique? It flows through all of us, a vital river of life, yet it is not all the same. This difference is categorized into what we call blood types, or blood groups. Think of it as a fundamental part of your biological identity, just like your eye color or your height. Understanding this hidden characteristic is not just a matter of scientific curiosity, it is a critical piece of information that holds the power to save lives. When a person needs blood due to surgery, an accident, or an illness, knowing their blood type is the first and most crucial step in ensuring they receive a safe and effective transfusion. This knowledge forms the bedrock of modern medical procedures. The concept might seem complex, but at its core, it is a system of classification. It helps doctors and nurses make sure that the blood given to a patient is compatible with their own. An incompatible transfusion can trigger a severe and sometimes fatal reaction inside the body. Therefore, the simple act of identifying a person's blood group is a profound safety measure. It turns a potential risk into a routine, life-saving treatment. Every day, in hospitals around the world, this fundamental principle is put into practice. It connects anonymous donors with patients in desperate need, all based on a shared biological marker. This system is a testament to how a small biological detail can have an enormous impact on our health and survival. Your blood type is a silent feature you carry with you every moment of every day. For most of your life, you might not even think about it. But in a medical emergency, it suddenly becomes one of the most important things about you. This simple classification, based on letters and symbols like A, B, O, and the Rh factor, is a universal language in medicine. To understand blood types, we first need to look at the surface of our red blood cells. These cells are the workhorses of our circulatory system, responsible for carrying oxygen throughout the body. On the outer membrane of every red blood cell are tiny markers, almost like little flags. These markers are proteins. These markers are sugars. The markers are called antigens. The specific types of antigens present on your red blood cells are what determine your blood group. Think of them as identification tags. They signal to your immune system whether a cell belongs in your body, or if it is a foreign invader. Your immune system is designed to recognize the antigens that are naturally part of your own body. It learns early in life which antigens are self, and which are foreign. As a result, your body will not attack its own red blood cells. However, if red blood cells with different unrecognized antigens are introduced into your bloodstream, your immune system will immediately identify them as a threat. This triggers a defensive response, which is the basis for transfusion reactions. The presence or absence of just a few specific antigens is what creates the entire system of blood typing that we rely on for safe medical care. There are many different antigens that can be found on the surface of red blood cells, but two main groups are the most important for blood transfusions. These are the ABO antigens, the Rh antigen. The unique combination of these antigens is what gives you your specific blood type. It is helpful to think of these antigens as keys. Your body has a specific set of locks, or antibodies, that correspond to any key or antigen it does not possess. The most critical systems for classifying blood are the ABO system and the Rh system. Let's break them down. The ABO system is based on the presence or absence of two antigens, A and B, AB, ABO. This gives us four main blood types. If your red blood cells have the A antigen, your blood type is A. If they have the B antigen, your blood type is B. Some people have both antigens on their cells, which means their blood type is AB. Finally, if your cells have neither the A nor the B antigen, your blood type is O. Now let's add the second part of the equation, the Rh factor. This is another type of antigen, officially called the Rhd antigen. The Rh system is much simpler because it is present or absent. Rh antigen present, Ra positive, shown with a plus sign. Rh antigen absent, Ra negative, shown with a minus sign. This factor is completely independent of your ABO type, which is why your full blood type includes both classifications. When we combine the ABO and Rh systems, we get the 8 common blood types. For example, A positive has both the A antigen and the Rh antigen. O negative has none of the three main antigens, AB or Rh. O negative is special, universal donor for emergencies. AB positive has all three antigens and is a universal recipient. The simple test that prevents disaster: how blood typing works. Determining a person's blood type is actually a fast and straightforward laboratory process. The test relies on a reaction called agglutination, which is a visible clumping of red blood cells. This clumping happens when antibodies, which are special proteins in our blood plasma, encounter their corresponding antigens on red blood cells. For the test, just a small sample of your blood is needed. A lab technician will then separate your red blood cells from your plasma, since both parts are needed to get a complete picture of your blood type. The process is precise, reliable, and provides results very quickly, which is, honestly, essential in emergency situations. The core of the test involves mixing your red blood cells with different solutions that contain known antibodies. One containing anti-A antibodies and another containing anti-B antibodies. If your blood clumps when mixed with the anti-A solution, it means you have A antigens on your cells. If it clumps when mixed with the anti-B solution, you have B antigens. If it clumps in both, you have both A and B antigens, type AB. If it does not clump in either solution, it means you have neither antigen, making you type O. The same principle is used to determine your Rh factor. A sample of your red blood cells is mixed with a solution containing anti-Rh antibodies. If agglutination or clumping occurs, it means your cells have the Rh antigen, and you are Rh positive. If the blood remains smooth and does not clump, you are Rh negative. By observing these simple reactions, a technician can confidently identify your full blood type, A positive, O negative, B positive. The elegance of the agglutination test is really in its simplicity and reliability. The critical match. Why blood type matters for transfusions and transplants. The primary reason blood typing is so crucial is to ensure safety during blood transfusions. When a patient receives blood, their immune system inspects the new red blood cells. If the donor's blood type is incompatible, the immune system flags the donated cells as foreign and launches a powerful attack. This is called an acute hemolytic transfusion reaction. Antibodies bind to antigens on donated red blood cells, causing rapid destruction. This can have devastating consequences. Harmful substances flood the bloodstream, leading to a cascade of serious problems. Symptoms can include fever, chills, nausea, chest pain, back pain, shortness of breath. In severe cases, reactions can cause kidney failure, shock, or be fatal. That's why meticulous blood typing and cross-matching are non-negotiable. Hospitals follow strict protocols to verify blood types, checking the donor unit and the recipient multiple times. Matching blood types turns danger into a routine life-saving procedure. Matching matters for organ transplantation too. Organ matching is more complex, involving HLA testing, but ABO compatibility remains fundamental. If a type A organ goes into a type O recipient, anti-A antibodies will attack the organ. That can cause hyperacute rejection, destruction within minutes or hours. Ongoing research explores new frontiers. Scientists are trying to convert other types into universal blood, primarily by stripping A and B antigens from red blood cells. Researchers are also developing artificial blood substitutes. Beyond the common types, the challenge of rare blood. While most people fall into one of the 8 common blood types, there are actually hundreds of other antigens on red blood cells. This means many other much rarer blood groups. A blood type is considered rare if it is missing an antigen that is common to most people, or if it has an antigen that most people do not have. When a person with a rare blood type needs a transfusion, finding a compatible donor can be incredibly difficult. Finding a match is a global challenge. It often requires an international effort, with blood banks and donor registries coordinating across countries to locate a compatible donor. Organizations like the International Rare Donor Panel maintain databases of donors with unusual blood types. When a need arises, they can search this database to find someone with the exact same rare profile, who may live thousands of miles away. The logistics of transporting donated blood across continents while preserving its viability is a complex undertaking, but it is often the only option for saving the patient's life. One of the most famous rare blood types is Rh null, sometimes called golden blood. People with this blood type lack all of the antigens within the Rh system, not just the Rhd antigen. This is an extremely rare condition, found in fewer than 50 people worldwide. The challenges highlight the importance of a diverse and robust blood donor pool. The more people from different ethnic backgrounds who donate blood, the greater the chance of finding matches for those with rare types. A family legacy, how blood type is inherited. Your blood type is not random. It is a genetic trait passed down from your parents. The genes you inherit determine which antigens will be present on your red blood cells. For the ABO system, you receive one gene from each parent. A and B are dominant, O is recessive. If you inherit an A gene from one parent and an O gene from the other, your blood type will be A. To have type O blood, you must inherit 2 O genes, one from each parent. Let's look at a few examples. If both of your parents have type O blood, you will also have type O blood. If one parent is type A and the other is type B, you could have type AB, ABO and A from one and a B from the other results in type AB, and O from both results in type O. The inheritance of the Rh factor works in a similar but simpler way. Rh positive is dominant, Rh negative is recessive. You only need to inherit one Rh positive gene from either parent to be Rh positive. To be Rh negative, you must inherit two Rh negative genes, one from each parent. Understanding the principles of blood type inheritance has practical applications. It can be particularly important during pregnancy. Ultimately, your blood type is a fundamental part of your genetic heritage, a biological link to your parents and ancestors. Knowing this, and knowing your own blood type, connects you to the broader story of human health and survival.